Welcome back to TV4 Sunday, one and all. Now, we haven't been able to pick up a newspaper or magazine for the past few months that hasn't had an article in it about our next guests. Here to tell us their side of the story, Brian Mcfadden, Delta Goodrem.
Yeah!
Pleasure. Lovely to see you guys.
Yay! Hello. Lovely to have you guys here. Now, of course, you've had a bit of a tough time in the papers. And are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all right?
Be okay.
You're okay.
Just like going around talking about the songs really and stuff.
I know. Oh, bless you, honey. Now, last night you were performing in Cardiff.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was good. It was frightening.
Really?
That was a big, big place.
65,000 people.
But you know what? It's not. I've played the bigger, like you see a party in the park and stuff like that, and you can't really see the back of the audience because everything's flat. But this is like a fishbowl.
Yeah.
So you can see everyone, and there was bright lights, and it was just like.
All those Welsh people.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it myself.
No, you couldn't do it yourself.
Couldn't do
No way. Now, of course, Delta, you've got the all clear. You're fine. You're free from Hodgkin's disease.
But I'm in remission, yeah. I mean, you don't get the all clear for like 5 years, but yeah, I mean, in good shape at the moment, feeling a lot.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
You look, isn't she stunning? My God. You're like, yeah.
Now, as we said earlier, the press have really gone to town on your relationship.
Are you guys a bit nervous? Is it?
There's been a lot of lies written about you. We just want you guys to put everybody straight if possible.
Yeah.
I think it's like nervous. It's just like a bit kind of. It's just been a little different. It's been like, you know, when I think something just takes on a whole life of its own, a lot of stories and things, and they just sort of snowball completely out of your control. And you just sort of have to go, well, what can you say? It's like, you know, things aren't true when you know a lot of it.
There's been a lot of lies.
A lot of lies and things. So you just kind of go, well, okay, what, you know, eventually it's like, you know what, things eventually come out the truth, and it's like you just have to.
And there's all this, because all this attention is probably new to you, isn't it, Delta? Where they're delving into your private life like that.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I'm not a really private person normally. It's been definitely different to be pulled into something.
Well, we're going to look after you. There's no sense being nervous or anything like that.
Yeah, we won't delve too much. Just a little.
Got to do our jobs, Jim. So let's all relax now. If you'd both like to take all your clothes off. I'm just joking. No, look, okay, let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Now, for me, perhaps the biggest controversy has been when did the relationship actually start.
And that's what all the
I remember the first headline, the first night I kissed Delta.
Yeah.
Like, well, you said that, I didn't say that. You said that.
He didn't.
So, and apparently, it all started the Royal Variety performance in December.
Yeah.
That's when the rumours started
So
snowballing.
the papers are saying it could have been earlier.
It was kind of weird because the rumours have been. There was kind of just after me and Kay broke up, the rumour mill started, and they started connecting the two of us. And at that stage, I think we met once to do the duet together.
No.
So,
and I was in Australia, so.
yeah, so that was kind of weird. And then when we started doing the video, and we started doing a bit more, like we started doing the Royal Variety and doing other TV shows, that's when it started to change a bit. But it was kind of weird then because everyone had already talked about it.
Yeah, so was that strange? Because obviously there'd been all these rumours and nothing was going on at the time. And then you actually start liking each other.
I mean, things like that
Did it
bring you together as friends.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
again, like we had a lot of things going on in our own lives. So it's like now and then when Brian and I started to become friends and start working together, I mean, it's just, you know, you look at someone differently when you got a clearer head. You know, it's not.
It must be strange. I can see Brian in my head possibly going like, oh, why do they keep on about this Delta girl? Like, oh my God, she's lush. Agent, yeah, give me a number right now. Imagine.
Yeah, I think it's because when we started working together, I think there was just so much going on that neither of us really had time to even think anything different. And it was just, for both of us, it was a real stressful time. And I think it wasn't until everything settled down that it was like...
All right.
Some of that. Now, of course, in Australia, Delta, they accused you of splitting Brian and Kerry up. So was there a bit of a backlash at home?
You know, there definitely was a lot of talk, but the Australians actually were like, you know what, we actually know this wasn't really the case, and there was no overlapping. We were single when we both started to get to know each other, and you know what, I guess it's just I had to exactly turn around and say, you know, that's not the case at all, and then they're like, okay, that's it, and then talk about music again. So.
How did he woo you? How do you do your pulling, Brian?
I'm not saying.
I know, it's like, it's still, we're just getting to know each other, so we kind of try and keep, like, even though we have to go around and talk about music,
Keep some form of a lid on it.
It is actually quite, it's a bit of a pain because we wanted to just, you know, do the single.
I know.
And then, because to be honest, we didn't want to tell anybody what was going on because it's still early days for us. We're just,
It
you
was
know, we're
just
just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
But obviously the paparazzi got pitched to us in South Africa, and that kind of you know, we didn't want to have to stand there lying, so we were just like, okay, but we didn't want to talk about it.
How did they know you were going to be in South Africa?
I think there's just paparazzi in South Africa as well, so everywhere else, and I just like...
Nah, Brian was on the phone. I could be on the beach, it's really hot. She's lush. I want pictures right now. I know you came, Brian.
Send them to me framed. So now, of course, you know, final question in all of this. You know, Kerry has said she's still in love with you. Do you think you'll ever get it to a stage where it's kind of fine all round?
You know what, you have to understand that every day there's a different story in the papers that's not true from both sides, and you know, everything's fine. Me and Kerry were friends, she's moved on and I've moved on, but the papers just keep printing these stories from sources which we'd love to know who they are all the time, so it's not like that. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Well, I think you've both been immensely honest.
Yeah, give them a round of applause for being so honest.
And we really appreciate your honesty, guys, but let's move on to another reason why you're here today.
The single.
We'd like to... Can we take a look at the single before we start chatting about it?
Have a look at it.
Can we take a look? Here we go.
When I need you, you're almost here. Well, I never knew how far behind I left you. And when I hold
Phenomenal. Now, Brian, you wrote the song for your album. Excuse me, a little burp then, I'm sorry.
That's a bit rude.
I'm terribly sorry,
The
everyone.
song didn't go down too well, no?
Did you like it or something?
Sorry. Now, you wrote the song for your album, Irish Sun. Was it you who decided on Delta or the album?
It was actually one of those things when the song was written, we kind of threw in all these different names, and I didn't actually know who Delta was, and she didn't know who I was.
You didn't know who she was?
And I'd heard the name, but I didn't know any of her songs or stuff. So I was driving back to the studio one night, and I think it was Born to Try or Lost. Some song came on the radio, and I heard the voice. He goes, "Who's that?" And my driver told me who it was, so I rang up my manager and said, you know, would she do it? So he asked Sony, and Sony said no, she doesn't do duets and all that. So I made a demo, sent it straight to Australia, and she was like, who's this? I'd never heard of him
Literally,
either.
it was like, I heard the voice and the sound, I was like...
But you knew who Westlife was. Oh my God, I can't believe I just
Thanks,
said
April.
You knew who Westlife was.
Like, you know, yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, you know, Westlife, and I didn't really know Brian as such.
Right,
I just
okay.
knew old Westlife.
Because I was very quiet in the band, I was, you know, in the back.
No, you were one of the best voices.
And then literally, it was like literally from Brian's voice, and they just completely connected with that song. I was just like, I'd love to do this.
We've actually got a little surprise for you guys, because watching the video there, you both clearly lost looking for something.
Yeah.
So and guess what? We only just went and found it. Brian, you left your suitcase in the toilet. We've got to be really quick with this. We want each of you to learn something about the other. Now, Brian will tell you what this means for him.
What does that mean? Quick, Brian.
I'm a batty boy.
No.
I don't know.
You were ping pong champion.
No, I wasn't.
No? All right, then he wasn't.
Okay. What does this mean?
I have no idea. Shit from my beard.
Yes.
He shaves his beard, Delta. There you go.
There you go, thank you for telling me that.
Do you like his beard, Delta?
I've only known him with a beard, so
Okay.
yeah.
Now this, come on, Brian, you know what this means.
Wow.
Don't be embarrassed.
Before.
Oh.
I like
Okay.
Superman.
He's a big, and his mum gets the Superman bedding out when he goes home. So Delta, that's what you need to do, love. You can have that.
Can we say really quickly, Delta, would you like to explain what that means?
You've just finished the movie.
Film, yeah.
And what's it called?
Katie Garson, actually.
Lovely.
It'll be out
Well, we
later
look forward to it. Well, I mean, thank you both for coming on.
exciting.
Really
Thank you
good.
for being so honest. Good luck
For
with
kids
the
at Christmas, so
When's it out? Next Monday?
Yeah, Monday
Next
the
Monday.
31st.
Brilliant. We
Big
look
round
forward
of
to
applause,
it.
people.
Delta Goodrem, Brian Mcfadden. Time for us to take a quick break. We'll be back with Celebrity Big Brother.